And now let me finally tell you about the apocalypse and how Baha'is view the apocalypse. One of the first books that Baha'u'llah wrote was called Kitab-i-Iqan, which means the Book of Certitude. The Book of Certitude was written in order to explain some of the apocalyptic themes and apocalyptic predictions in the Bible and in the Quran to people who were in doubt about the mission of the Bab. In this book, the Book of Certitude, Baha'u'llah reinterprets Christian apocalypse. We don't have to talk here about Islam because our main book is the Book of Revelation in the Bible. So in the Book of Certitude, Baha'u'llah reinterprets Christian apocalypse. And the center of his interpretation is that he takes apocalyptic themes from the Book of Revelation to mean spiritual things rather than material or historical, to have spiritual significance. So what is resurrection? What is bodily resurrection? Baha'u'llah would say that resurrection is not about the literal second coming of Jesus, but it is about the second coming of the qualities that Jesus displayed while being alive. Resurrection is when another prophet comes, and this prophet exhibits the same steadfastness, the same love of humanity, the same prophetic insight as Jesus did. What is the meaning of this catastrophe that is revealed in the Book of Revelation? You know, the sun is darkened, the moon does not give light, the stars are falling from the sky. Now, according to Baha'u'llah, these are not natural events because the sun cannot stop producing light, and the stars will not fall from the sky. But in reality, this description is about a spiritual event. The sun of every religion is the prophet founder. The moon of a religion is the closest disciple. The stars of every religion are the apostles, the companions of the prophet. So for example, if applied to Christianity, the darkening of the sun means that people forget about the teaching of Jesus. The moon does not give light means that people do not understand what Paul is talking about in his letters. The falling of the stars means that people do not follow their religious leaders, whose authority is based on the authority of the apostles. In other words, this means the crisis of religion, this means the crisis of spirituality, and the crisis of religious consciousness. And Baha'u'llah says that every new religion comes when people are going through a religious crisis. That's what is described in the Book of Revelation. And that's why he understands his mission, his prophetic mission, as to heal humanity from the spiritual crisis. Or actually, you can have another interpretation of the sun and the moon. The sun of every religion is prayer, and the moon of every religion is fasting. When people start practicing their religion, they stop practicing their religion, they stop praying, they stop fasting, they become secularized. This is also another expression of the crisis of spirituality. So it is in those times that new religions appear, new prophets appear. So what is the second coming? The second coming of Jesus, according to Baha'u'llah, is the same as the resurrection. A new prophet arises. It is not Jesus, but it is a prophet who gives another teaching from God. And people who accept this teaching are being resurrected. So here Baha'u'llah interprets death and life spiritually. So death Revelation is talking about is not physical death, it is spiritual death. When people are dead to their religion, well, people are dead to their spiritual tradition, they can be revived or resurrected only by the new teaching. Accordingly, Baha'u'llah reinterprets the idea of heaven and hell. Heaven and hell, according to Baha'i teachings, are not places of eternal salvation or eternal damnation. Heaven and hell are spiritual states. When you are close to God, you are in heaven. When you are cut off from God, you are in hell. And as Baha'u'llah says, hell and heaven exist on this earth as well as in life after death. And by the way, according to Baha'i teaching, a person can be saved spiritually after they die. So therefore, Baha'is are very relaxed when it comes to converting people. They do not convert people as aggressively as Jehovah's Witnesses. They teach their religion, but basically they are okay if you die non-Baha'i because you still can accept Baha'u'llah after death. So there is no, I would say for Baha'is, there is no hell. Hell is like purgatory, heaven and purgatory. And finally, one last point about the beast of Revelation and 666. We discussed this number, and 666 can have many different interpretations in various religious groups. Sometimes 666 is interpreted as the name or numerical value of the name Nero Caesar. In Baha'i Faith, 666 refers to the Muslim Empire. When Muhammad died, according to Sunni Muslims, he did not appoint his successor, but according to Shia Muslims, he did. And Baha'u'llah came from a Shia Muslim background. So Baha'is see the rise of the Muslim Empire as a revolt against true Islam, as a betrayal of the true principles of Islam. So they see the rise of the Muslim dynasty, the Umayyad dynasty, and the creation of the Muslim Empire as the rise of the beast of Revelation. 666 in this interpretation refers to the time when this first dynasty arose, when this empire was created. According to contemporary historians, the Muslim Empire was created in the year 661 CE. So to sum up, Baha'i Faith has its own interpretation of the Apocalypse, which uses the Christian themes and inserts into them some Muslim interpretations from Muslim history. That's number one. Number two, Baha'i interpretation of the Apocalypse is more of a spiritual nature rather than historical or material. And number three, Baha'i interpretation of the Apocalypse is positive, since for Baha'is, Apocalypse is not the end of the world. It's just the end of the old world order and the creation of the new global society and global civilization. So Apocalypse is or represents the birth pangs of the establishment of global society. And therefore, although we may think that we are living through worst times, in fact, we are living through best times, because as a result of human efforts, humans will be able to achieve, according to Baha'is, global unity, and will be able to move forward human civilization.